Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. I'm your host, Alex Whiteley. And joining me, finally, we got on the show, who have been dying to get on the show for a long time, conflicting schedules and one of these kind of things. But finally, from pure Reyn, we've got Jessica Liebich on the show. Did I pronounce that okay?
Hello. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, did it do that surname justice? Was that okay? Because
Yes, that was perfect. Thank you, Alex.
It makes me melt every time somebody goes, "Oh, look, it's Alex Whitley," and I'm like, "It's Whiteley." So
I can empathise. You can imagine in school that last name was a fantastic one to have for the bullies.
It's interesting. It's interesting. That's what I always got told. It's interesting, authentic, unique. You know, you're special. You know. Just to add a bit of sort of background to what me and you. I mean, your mom is Jay McKenzie, right? So we've met via your mom.
Yes.
We shared biscuits because we've done the shared biscuits thing. But where did Pure Reyn come from? Where did that originate from?
So the name it was out of when I discovered this product and wanted to give it to the public. It was sort of in the pandemic when the NHS was sort of at the front line with all of the key workers and with the rainbows. So it's sort of born out of that idea. Yeah, that's where it comes from.
And Pure Reyn is hand sanitizer, a very, very special kind of hand sanitizer, because during the pandemic, there was lots of people that were like coming up with all sorts of initiatives. I mean, you saw big people like Brewdog making hand sanitizers and alcohol distributors making them because that's what they make anyway. Whereas you were kind of like, we don't want to go down that route. We want to be completely alcohol free because it's important to a lot of people, right?
Yeah, I mean, Pure Reyn is the name of the company, and then under that we have the Pure San, which is the sanitizer.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the Pure Clean, which is the surface spray that lasts up to 30 days. So we have two.
Wow.
Two different products in various sizes, and then we've got some in the pipeline, some exciting things on the way as well, which can't speak about yet because I may have to kill you. But yeah, basically, so I came because I found this product and it's already been used in the Ministry of Defence for the last 10 years, but it just wasn't out there for the general public. So there's lots of sort of that came together when I found this product, and you know, the alcohol was a big one, which you know from speaking to my mum.
Yes.
But again, as soon as I found this product, it was sort of that light bulb moment, especially in the light of the pandemic, of why are people not using this and why don't they know about it when it's so superior to their alcohol-based sanitizers? You know, it's the fact that it's moisturizing, and that it actually protects for longer and to a better level than your alcohol-based sanitizers. It was just, I needed to get it out there. I needed to get it out there to the people of the UK.
Why is so much of this stuff really cheap? Not your stuff, the hand sanitizers that you generally sort of see, the stuff you put in your hands as you walk into Asda, really watery, cheap, nasty stuff. Is it cheaper to make it like that, or is it? I mean, I don't understand. Why is everybody putting alcohol in these things?
Yeah, I mean, it is cheaper, and it's also, I guess, a type of poison, and it's also corrosive on your skin, and it also, you know,
it's just nasty, isn't it?
Rusts away metal. So yes, okay, it's cheaper to make, but it's not to the same standard, and it doesn't give the same effect as the Pure San.
I know, yeah. I mean, we got this stuff in work that I put on because not only does it strip a layer of skin away from you, but it smells like potato starch. It just smells horrible. It's disgusting stuff. You put it on your hands and it smells a lot worse than when you walked in. And yeah, I'm glad that you've put a lot of thought into this, because this is a need for the world. People do need this. Is everything okay?
Yes, everything is fine. Thank you. What we've actually received is people saying that they've started to get migraines from it, or their workers have started to get migraines. This is a new thing we're now hearing.
Oh.
So they're coming over to our stuff because obviously they want their staff to be happy and migraine free. It's also worrying when I look at the data sheets and the safety sheets to our competitors that are alcohol based. It's scary what's on there. And things like harmful to aquatic life, shouldn't be put down the drain. Ours are not harmful to aquatic life, and you can put them down the drain, and they're also not corrosive on the skin. There are different hazards, obviously, you can see from the bottle. So I would just really encourage the general public to actually go and look at that. Every shop that I walk into now, I will look at that. And I don't think I've seen one that doesn't say harmful to aquatic life or is somehow harmful on the skin over long use. I mean, if someone can find one, then hey. But at the moment, it's something that I look at every time that I go into a shop or, a restaurant or anywhere that I'm being asked to use the alcohol version.
Fantastic. I mean, it seems terribly irresponsible to make something that's harmful to aquatic life when you're just going to go and wash your hands and rub it down the drain anyway. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. I hate to see what the statistics on river life is going to be after a few years after the pandemic.
I know. Well, the biggest thing for me as well is people's hands, because I worked in childcare back in the day. So I know sort of back in the day. So I know the types of products that sort of mummies or families are prepared to use on their children's skin. And, most of the parents that I've worked with, they don't want this cheap version that's poisoning their children's skin. They want the higher quality, gentle, protective qualities in our product, which is really nice for me that it sort of merges with that. Because as well, your children are going to school with essentially alcohol. It's actually very dangerous. And again, a big thing that we were trying to spread awareness of are, the homeless and people like that just take this sanitizer off the wall, the alcohol, just to drink it because it's so high with the alcohol.
That's crazy. That's really crazy. But what came? I mean, so you create Pure Reyn, this company. How long did it take you to put things together? Because I take it the pandemic sort of caused you to be like, we need to do something. We can do something right now. We can capitalize on this, which a lot of people did. And you've offered a service for people that can help as well. So how quickly did it take for you to put things together?
I'm actually really glad that you asked that, Alex, because I did the opposite and I could have brought it out a lot earlier. It's taken 3 months in total, but sort of the idea, we wanted it to be right. We wanted it to be certified. We wanted to be confident with our product, and we didn't want to capitalise on the pandemic. It's the opposite of what we wanted to do. It's just, in the light of it, found this product, as I said, that wasn't out there for people, and worked with the manufacturer, and here we are with Pure Reyn. I mean, I just wanted to help people. Really,
that's an important point I wanted to bring out there. Is that there's a difference between capitalizing and making money during a situation and offering something to people that are crying out for alcohol-free, safe, for the environment and for their skin product. So I thank you for that. I appreciate that, because you've put a lot of thought into it.
Anytime.
Yeah. So 3 months, and what was that like then? It was a lot of testing, brand creating. I know what it's like for some people getting the finer details right. What was that like for you guys?
Well, it has been very, very hard going. I mean, we have been met with constant barriers, but it really just has made me that much more determined. That more determined to overcome them and bring this product to market. The label design. So everything we have done, it's been in-house as much as we can. We really wanted to build it, from the ground up and be a product and a brand that I believe in and that I'm proud of. So the labeling was funny. It sort of went off to as many people as I know on Facebook saying, can you comment on this? Or people that I know, just what do you think? What do you think of this bottle? What do you think of this design? What do you think of this label? Just getting as much feedback as I could, really, with it. But we've done all of the sourcing. I mean, source of our bottles. When this came out, there was a huge bottle shortage, as you can imagine, because so that was quite testing. But we just wanted to be a good brand. We wanted to be a strong brand, fresh, fun, colourful, and it not just be that the alcohol. You heard about a lot of people that just sort of put the ingredients together for the alcohol sanitizer and made millions and millions, and you just think, is it certified? Was it certified? Has it been tested? I'd be interested to speak to the people that are using these sanitizers over and over again, because the people that I speak to, that moved on over to Pure Reyn and Pure Reyn products have said, how their hands are being moisturised and things like this. And we're just living in a different world now where I don't think this is going to go away, especially quickly. And I wanted an ethical business over everything.
I think that's really important because, like you said, I totally agree with you. 100%. There's been corners cut. They've been like, yeah, we need this. We're just going to use it. We're not going to test it yet. We need it. Grab. And I imagine that's how a lot of things have gone for a lot of things, like face masks, a lot of PPE things. There was a supply and demand thing, a lot of supply and demand issues. So when it comes to people needing things very quickly, they're probably going to hold back on the testing. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, well done.
Thank you. I think, as I said, it was the most important thing to get it right rather than getting my bank balance right. I'd rather have the sound product, and it is helping people. We've had people, their children, for example, suffer from eczema. They're having to use this alcohol-based sanitizer. I've had mum, they're telling me that their children screaming that they have to put it on. So we swap out, and they've swapped out with ours, and we've just had the best reviews and feedback, how it's so gentle on their skin and it really doesn't hurt them at all. And the great thing for me as well is the fact that I know that's also longer lasting, and it's just a great feeling to know that I'm actually genuinely helping people. It's for me like the evolution of hygiene. That is how I see my product.
It's really cool. It's really cool. What's the other product you do then? You say you do 2 products.
Yeah, so we do Pure Clean as well. So it's a surface spray that's also alcohol-free.
Nice.
And a polymeric biocide, like the sanitizer. And that can last up to 30 days, but it's dependent sort of on the surface.
Can you imagine that? Spray Sorry, I just had this image of me. I don't have to clean the surfaces for at least a month now. I'm fine. I'm going to go sit down. That's a bloke's way of looking at things, I imagine. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I completely interrupted you for that, for my silly little...
That's okay. Anytime.
When you released this, all I heard was Pure Reyn. It was everywhere. People coming to the studio, and I was like, "Oh, we want to get Pure Reyn in," and people had heard of you, and they got your product. They had it, and I was just like, "Wow, I need to get these guys on the show." But it was like a boom. It was like a small little boom in Shrewsbury when you released this. What was it like for you? Because you were all over the place doing press everywhere, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's quite mad because I was also working alongside it, but it's just been such a proud moment. And because I'm just so confident and still to this point amazed by the product and its capabilities, it was just great. And also, if you have been looking at the press releases and things like that, you'll know, I did lose my sister tragically last year to alcoholism. And one of the press releases was things like going to TACT in Telford Recovery, and I donated 5 litres to them to swap them out. And I was sort of telling them about, there's a drug that people in their recovery, they take to make them stop drinking. And if they're around alcohol, it makes them really, really sick and has these side effects. So to be able to give that to a recovery centre that doesn't necessarily have, that cash to go for a better product, and know that I'm then helping those people in there, it's just been great. The boom, I just love getting the word out. I've loved it. I've loved being able to educate people. I mean, it's just been fantastic, and I love talking about it. And I just, it's a very, very proud moment.
That's really nice. How far did the boom go? Did you hit national? Oh.
Yes.
Yes?
Of course. Was that a rhetorical question?
No. That was. I need the listeners to know how big this thing was.
You were featured on Radio 1, the Greg James morning show.
That's fantastic. Oh, wow. No, I need the listeners to know how big this thing was. So I've got to ask these questions that seem quite...
I know. I'm joking, Alex. Sorry, I'm very sarcastic.
You have taken... You should see my other show.
It might be on it.
I'll get you on it. No, with something like this, you've taken something that's Shrewsbury based and Shrewsbury made and turned it into a nationwide thing that people are talking about. So you've done a great service to the town and to the people that need these products. So
thank you. That means a lot. And it's great to hear that that you've already heard about it and that you're speaking to people that already know about it and use it. Obviously that's a lovely feeling for me, and that's absolutely great to hear that. I mean, I know you had Anna from House of Beauty on a few weeks back, and she has taken all of my product and I've filled all of her sanitizers up, and I've made her these really gorgeous little 8 ml mist bottles for her to hand out now to her customers, because obviously in that line in beauty they're having to sanitize all the time. So it's just great that I was able to do something like that. And obviously they'll be moisturizing now, so you can see them hopefully around town, little 8 ml bottles.
I'll have to get some. We'll get some for the studio, because I like to keep everything clean. People come in and I need them to hand sanitize, and then I have to clean all the equipment down. So maybe I might put an order in for some of your spray and for the hand sanitizer.
Yes,
great.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I had Katie Rink in. And I was like, and she was like, yeah, I've seen them. I've got some here. And I was just like, why am I always last on the list? It never used to be like that, I tell you. Conflict and interest in sort of schedules and things like this. You know, it's been an interesting one for the biscuit. Honestly, we've been pedal to the metal just like yourselves, but not on a big scale, man. I'm really, really happy to hear that you've hit the national sort of radio stations and newspapers. That's just amazing.
Thank you.
No, because it raises awareness, because it's not just about the non-alcohol thing. It's about the effect this has on the environment as well. It's really important. People seem to have forgotten about that. I mean, last year everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we need environmental change because global warming." It was just everywhere. Now everybody's just like, "Yeah," and
I know exactly.
Yeah.
And also, you know, when you say that, you know, I just find it fascinating that when I see it, as I said, if I go into a high street or see it, for me, if I saw that would sort of steer me away from purchasing a product like that. But then that's just me. So it's just been great. And national, you know, we're yet to really do a proper launch, because obviously in the pandemic and everything, you can't really do it as you would back in the day. So it's just nice that that's on the product, and I think it's the product speaking for itself.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing. Is that I was speaking to Carl Jones from Shropshire Business Magazine. He's a great guy, and he was saying to me, the most powerful type of business is word to mouth, is that recommendation thing, and that's all I've heard is good things about what you're doing. So I mean, that's great. And do you know what? I thought we wouldn't be talking about the pandemic now. I thought, it's going to be over by then. We're not going to be talking about it anymore. But it's still going to be. I don't think it's going anywhere soon.
No.
It's definitely taken over, and you guys are right where you need to be. And you say you got there's things lined up for the future. There's things coming out that you can't quite talk about at the moment. We can't.
Yeah, we've got some very exciting products coming up, to be honest. So definitely watch this space. But I think as well, taking the alcohol aside as well, and like you said, it's harmful to the aquatic life and stuff like that, is in the other versions, not mine. Let's highlight that. But also, ours is long lasting. It's literally, as I said, the evolution of hygiene. So the pandemic hasn't gone away, but at least you've got something now that lasts, you know, up to 24 hours. You know, the alcohol versions, and I didn't know this until I found this product. So you put it onto your hand, and as soon as it evaporates, it stops working. So I've sat with friends, you know, when I was telling them about this product, and I had one friend that said, "Oh, look, this one smells like holiday though." I said, okay, that's fine. It's got a nice smell, but let's put one on your one hand and one on your other. Did it? Not, you know, the alcohol one evaporated, and then she touched the side. I said, right, you're going to touch it again now because it stopped working. It doesn't now protect you now you're touching that side or touching someone's hand, whereas ours does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And 80% of germs are spread through hand contact, which is why I'm so glad it's gone for the children.
Yeah, and like, you know, kids are still in school. They're touching things. They are mucky monsters. I've got one myself. Where have you gone in Shrewsbury to sort of spread your product? Like, you've got to have had an idea of where you can go, whether it's nurseries, schools, hospitals, doctors, things like that. Is there other places that you've sort of focused on?
Well, to be honest, because it was so new, we've actually been really busy. And there isn't a big team, so I suppose I've been so busy, but yeah, I mean, nurseries, I definitely with childcare, and again with the healthcare sort of beauty. The thing is, it's a product that can fit everywhere.
Of course.
So we're getting interest from everywhere, you know. So you know, I know we're about to source one of the local nurseries here and give them all of our products. So I think we just want to go for sort of those, and engineering because it's long lasting.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really important people as well listening to this are thinking, oh my God, there's a cure to washing my hands. No, you mucky pup, go and wash your hands still, right? Because I was in McDonald's last week, right? I was in McDonald's and, I went in the cubicle, he was on the urinal, social distancing, blah, blah, blah. And he walked out without washing his hands. And I was like, what? I wanted to scream the restaurant down because I hate that. I hate that so much.
Yeah.
People seem to have switched off with the hand washing thing, and I can't understand how that was never a thing in the first place. So people have to be responsible, right?
Yeah, 100%. And again, I think could have brought it out the month before the pandemic, she said, but I don't want it. I want it to be for those people that do take that care of their hygiene and sort of keeping clean, that want to have their children, protected and safe and things like that. I don't want it to just be sort of, it's a pandemic, so everyone put on the sanitizer. It's like, hey guys, this is completely new. Yeah. What's out there, and it's a game changer, and I'm changing the game.
But with the pandemic in mind, regardless, whenever Boris makes an announcement or everything's changed, do you notice like a boost in sales, things like this? Because he's constantly, things are changing all the time, aren't they? People don't know. We've got this sort of semi-lockdown, possibly a Shropshire lockdown coming down, which I don't want to panic people about, but that's what we're talking about. What does that do for you?
It doesn't. I haven't really sort of looked at it long when Boris is speaking, because to be honest, he says something different a lot of the time, so it's not something I follow. But hey, I can't talk too much about politics.
No. I don't. That wasn't the point. I don't want to talk about politics.
No, I'm joking.
Things do change all the time, and it changes people's mindsets. So
100%. And the biggest thing, in fact, that Boris has done is he's almost created this stigma of alcohol. So how they're saying it has to be an alcohol-based sanitizer, and this came out as well, I would like to say, at the beginning of the year, before a product like this had even been brought to market. So that's the biggest thing that I'd like to point out. But ours has been proven to work better than the alcohol base. So it is quite hard, because obviously with Boris it is alcohol. If you're going to sanitize, so that is the stigma that I'm trying to break through with that one. So ours is effective against enveloped viruses, which the alcohol sanitizer is not.
I love that. I'm proud of what you guys are doing, because, like I said earlier in the show, you guys are promoting Shrewsbury, Shropshire, and you're offering a service to people that really need those services, and it's a great thing to see. What is it like for you? Because you said you're working quite a lot with this at the moment. Do you go to bed thinking about hand sanitizer, wake up thinking about hand sanitizer?
Yeah.
Or do you find a way to sort of switch
I dream it. I sleep it. I think about it every single moment that I can, any moment I can tell people about it. It's just so exciting. I said, I'm so excited about this product. I'm so excited about this business. It bursts out of me wherever I am. I can't help it. It's so exciting. I'm just really excited about it.
It's an amazing story. I can't believe there's this product just sat there. Nobody's looking at it. Nobody's using it. And it's just there. And you're like, why can't we just use this, guys? It's just a very...
Yeah. And the point that it's also been developed and used by the MOD. So it is essentially government backed. So like, hey, guys... Come on, I just brought it out to you because it wasn't available on your shelves. Now it is, It's amazing. It's amazing. It does. I get very excited.
Well, you've done an amazing job, and you can expect an order from me, because I'll be putting an order in for the studio. I think you've done it. You've got a great product there. And that's the word of mouth thing. Before I'd even spoken to you, I was kind of like, I need to get some of this stuff. So that's how that works around Shrewsbury. That's how we do it around there.
Yeah.
But for the people that don't rely on word of mouth, how can people get in touch with you? Social media, websites, things like this.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Our website is www.purereyn.co.uk, and that's PUREREYN. And Facebook, and anywhere like that, or just send us an email, info@purereyn.co.uk. We're pretty hot to respond, so. And
how can people get hold of your products? Is it just online orders, or is there a place in town where people can pick them up?
No, it's all online. And then it's more sort of online is more so you're getting your 1 or 2 sanitizers and sprays. Business, it's sort of send me an email and we'll come and see what you need and give you a bespoke quote.
Fantastic. You've been amazing to speak to. Is there anybody that you would like to say sort of thank you to that's sort of helped you develop this? Is there any? I don't know. I know it's hard because you don't want to miss anybody off. But is there anybody you want to say thank you to?
I would just say my mum, 100%, and a very, very, very good friend.
Thank you very much. That's great. Oh God, this has been funny.
I wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't for that.
No,
100%.
Guys, I've really enjoyed. If you've got any comments or anything, fire them away to Pure Reyn. If you've got any suggestions for them, are people giving you a lot of feedback on what this? Have you had negative as well as positive things that you can change, things like this, or has it all been kind of good?
Well, actually, amazingly, knock on wood, all of the reviews on the products have been fantastic. Literally, they've all been. I could not give you one bad review on our actual product. It's just, yeah. I mean, someone might have said something about if they don't like a logo, but hey, you can't have a logo that everybody loves.
No.
For the product, it's been resounding. And especially with people with skin conditions or sensitive skin, it's been massive for them.
Yeah. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Well, there you go, guys. You've got the information. Is there anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, and also we are actually looking for more reviewers that you should talk about, but we want people in particular with sensitive skin. So we've got a Facebook. If they just go onto our Facebook, I'm also running a competition at the moment. If anyone follows my Facebook, I've been so overwhelmed with the response to this product and this business that I went into town a couple of weeks ago with £100, and I've just put this hamper together because it's National Eczema Month. And just wanted to give back. No endorsements, have had no sponsorships, completely my own money, and just people need to go and like it on Facebook and they could win at the end of the month. Fantastic.
Yeah, make sure you get involved with that. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Listeners as well, I'd like you to check out our website as well, because we're coming to the end of the show. We are at the www.shrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk. All of our audio is available on there, and that website is made for our friend from our friends at Web Orchard. I can't talk today. It's definitely a Sunday afternoon, isn't it? If you need a website, go see Web Orchard. Absolutely. And as well, I would like to give the Parade Shops a shout out. We're not recording from there today, but we do primarily record from there behind St. Mary's. Great shop centre there. Lots of shops going on there. It looks beautiful actually at the moment. Lots of changes going on. And I want to say a big thank you to CGR Business Solutions Limited, who offer business strategy planning, financial modeling, and they offer a 1-hour free business diagnostic or health check session. Make sure you go to cgrbs.net. There you go. Thank you very much for joining me, guys, and we'll catch you next week. Thank you very much.